Hi, this is Paul.
This is Audrey.
And this was level 3, week 2 at Wednesday Huff.
April. January, February, March, April, 2017.
We're doing spin slides and dynamic redirections.
So today was adding more of the meat into personal balance and momentum transfer between your partner and yourself and listening to each other. And these 2 weeks of fundamentals, we can move on to the cool figures in weeks 3 and 4 that we're working on. But already we worked on some pretty cool social dance variations. As a recap of last week and with some additional questions that came up in the class, we want to clarify that the way that you can think about the connection on the crossbody lead is think about when you would drop your hand normally. I'm not cranking my follow through. I'm using the momentum of the follow to pass through on a line naturally. So check out when my hand disconnects on the 6 and 8 count versions of this tuck turn pass by. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So I'm leading the rate and the pause before. I'm actually disconnected for much of that turn. 1, 2, 3, disconnect, decelerate into the rock step. Likewise, for the 6 count version, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, rock step. It's my job as a leader to help create that appropriate rotational rate so the follow will naturally be able to terminate on the right count.
Follows. This also means that we are not relying on our lead to crank us through and power us. We are powering ourselves with the connection of our feet to the floor. So really, I am actually providing this myself. The initial momentum is provided by my lead, but everything else in between was myself.
So here's what that looks like with the hands up high, but now that you know where the hands are actually not providing any force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, dun, dun, dun. Anything else there if we're doing a completely open lead.
Okay. Now for this week, we moved to different ways of connecting with your partner. So we talked about hip catches.
And the main thing to remember is that you are trying to rotate a person, you're trying to rotate your follow with their free foot in the direction that they're about to turn. So if I'm starting to rotate a follow, I'm having them step down onto their foot in the direction that they're going to turn through. And this concept we talked about last time, but it's especially important when we're coupling directly to the hips, as we would in some figures, because there's no ability for the follow to correct anything with their frame.
Yeah. And follows, it's even more crucial for us at this, when we start talking about hip catches, to completely commit to our weight change, balance there, and wait for the redirection, as opposed to being like, oh, I think I know what's going to happen. I'm going to start changing things myself, because that breaks the connection and the partnership.
So we showed a specific variation, but this applies to any hand-to-hip variation or anything like that in general. And this one was for swing out hands. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Watch my 2 footworks. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So we showed 6 and 8 count versions like that. Same concept applied. We're leading the free spin. I'm absorbing either like so with a counterbalance or like so with a counterbalance. And they have different purposes, as we'll see next week, in how we can absorb differently and redirect differently with these.
And for follows, my momentum is, you can think of it very much like how we always describe momentum for a swing out, is that when I do a swing out, I want to think about my momentum going this way, and the only reason I come back around is because I've been redirected by my lead. So same thing here, we're just being caught in a different place. We're being caught on our left hip, but I'm still going to keep going that way until I bounce back.
So if I were to not catch the follow properly, here's what may happen. We would drift backwards. And in fact, the follow is counterweighting with their foot, with their leg, so we're not perfectly balanced each. If we let go, we'd both fall apart ever so slightly.
Yep.
Okay. So we did the 6 and 8 count versions, and then we also showed you how we can do this with a free spin from the hip. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. So those were some of the variations. And next week, we already showed in the demo video for last week some of the ways that we can implement this now in the context of being sensitive to open and close leading in a swing out and redirection. And we also showed some TikTok variations that we're going to get to too, which were pretty cool.
Yeah. So we will see you next week for more redirecting. Thank you guys.
Bye bye.